Alright, so I guess this is where all the intro would be.
Podcast.
Check out that awesome podcast intro from Nick.
If only I could get that thing.
I mean, why did we even have to ask the community?
I don't even know what it sounded like.
For those not in the knowledge, just before we started recording, Becca just dropped some heavy beats.
Her BFF Skrillex is in the room.
It was pretty nuts.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm not doing anything, but I'm watching my audio go absolutely fucking insane. I'm just sitting here, and lines start happening, but there's no sound around me.
Ash, don't do what you did last time and cut out all of Kyle's horrible noises so it just looked like we were insane.
No, hey, I tried to help him as best I could. Every time when my death cough would come up, I tried to turn my mic input off as low as it would go.
But at that point, it just sounded like... I didn't know what was going on!
Instead of like a cannon going off, it sounded more like a slight breeze outside, so everyone was the better for that.
Alright, but if you haven't already heard us all, I'm Danielle.
I'm Becka.
I'm Jason.
I'm Nick.
He's Nick. I'm Kyle, and hopefully Ash is keeping his word, and I'm going to sound like Soundwave this whole podcast.
No.
It's going to be
I hope
great.
he really doesn't do that. That will get old very fast.
That'll just be a headache.
I both hope
Will
that
it
he
though?
does, just so that it can happen, but I don't want to listen to
Yeah.
it.
Like I don't mind.
Well, I mean, even if he just does, he'll probably do it for like 6 words and be like, "Fuck you, Kyle. I don't want to listen to
Yeah,
this."
see,
But that will be enough. Like
I don't mind if he does it a little.
that would bring joy to my
But
heart.
if he does the whole podcast, people are gonna like kill him.
What, all of 3 users
Let me ask-
that
let me
watch
ask you
this
this.
podcast?
I don't know how to edit audio.
I know how to edit.
I'm assuming there's like a Control F for audio, right? Like if I'm writing something in Microsoft Word, I can Control F and I can find what I'm looking for. What if he only turns the word like "the" into Soundwave voice? So the rest of the time I'm talking normal, and then "the," and then it would be
Honey,
back
I
to
don't
normal
think
until I
that
say
works
"the."
that way.
As far as I know, you can't.
Is that not how
do
that works?
You would
No,
actually have to
sweetie,
go and
no.
find every instance of the word "the"
Yeah, I don't
every
think
time you
that's gonna
spoke
happen.
and edit that to sound like Soundwave every single time.
I don't know, Kyle might have like a really, really unique way of saying
Kyle, the fuck are you
Something restricts
doing?
Oh
the
my
audio
God.
files.
I'm not doing a damn thing.
Oh,
I wonder if that'll be it. Like I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Have you guys
Like,
heard
I
of
have
fucking
no idea.
new
There is no
Rihanna song
sound
by
in
any
this room.
chance?
You're
She
breaking
spends like
technology.
2 minutes of it going,
Oh my
I
God,
don't
guys,
know how
guys.
to, but I don't know how to, but I don't get it. She doesn't want to do anything. What, Nick? Hi.
This is why we haven't had 5 people on before, or all of us have. It's because we've just been talking in a constant stream of all 5 of us since
Yeah.
we started.
This is how it should be. This is exactly how it
Makes
should
it
be.
fun for Ash and the listeners.
I don't even understand how this happened. Earlier we were struggling to have 2 people, and now there's
Worse.
one.
And it's all
Well-
of us, though, like the admins, too, which is a very rare occurrence. Like, we should be worth, like, 3 points.
Oh my god. This is a 15-point podcast. Do we win a
We
prize?
win the Hogwarts House Cup.
I'm gonna go look for the charge.
The Hogwarts discount? What kind of fine wares does Hogwarts sell?
Magic.
I'm hoping it's some sort of, like, meats and cheese.
No.
But, what?
Magical meats
What?
and cheese, according
Hold on,
to
I
Becca.
missed that. What?
I don't know either.
I heard somebody said, I hope we get the Hogwarts discount.
No, the Hogwarts.
I'm imagining Hogwarts is going to sell sandwiches.
House Cup, you tit.
The cup.
You didn't say cup. I swear you said discount.
Cup.
Oh my god.
Because I went straight to discount. So I'm like, we went to Hogwarts, but we handed them a coupon, and they're just like, here, take a sandwich.
So dumb.
We're
You are
5
so
minutes
dumb
in,
right
and
now.
we're already
So
like to the
dumb.
most stupid conversation ever.
You are dumb. You are so
so dumb.
dumb. hide your kids, hide your wife, because they be raping everybody up in here.
Have you guys...
Shout out to that guy.
Words. I assume that you've seen the auto-tuned version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen all of the ones that they do, like Shmo Yoho?
No.
No.
What? Excuse me?
Oh my
No.
god, it's a YouTube channel
Shmo
called
Yoho? What?
Shmo
Shmo yo ho.
Ho.
Shmo yo ho.
She ain't yo ho.
You
no
really
more.
need to check them out. It's so good.
I know. I love the backing
Backing
up
up?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Backing up,
Up's
backing up,
amazing.
backing
I
up,
bought
backing
that
up.
on iTunes.
Cause my daddy taught me good. I'm backing the hell
Back
out
and
of
back
it.
out of there.
And I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god,
Oh
my god.
gosh.
I was putting one more type of coffee in my coffee cup.
My coffee cup.
Another corner of I saw two guys
This
walking.
portion of the
One with the
podcast
black
has been
hoodie,
cut
one
due
with
to
the
copyright
white hoodie, black
infringement.
hoodie,
The
white hoodie,
Latecomers
white
are
hoodie,
glad
black
to
hoodie.
entertain you. However, we are not allowed to break
Listen,
international
we want to
copyright
write
laws.
everybody down.
For this,
And
we
I'm
are
like,
sorry.
Oh, I need coffee now.
People talking at once.
And then like down.
Okay, let's stop.
Nick.
And then Danielle turned into a Backstreet
Nick,
Boy.
this just solidifies our like musical bond right here.
Oh god.
Yeah, this could be our famed music cast.
You guys are
Nick-
nuts.
Famed of all half an hour ago.
Nick and I have spent multiple hours just throwing music back and forth at each other, and it's amazing. It's probably my favorite conversations.
Oh. Okay.
It's pretty ridiculous, like, at least within one genre, because Danielle has an incredibly narrow
I do.
But luckily, that is my favourite genre of music. What is it? It's like punk, alternative, rock.
Rock. Yeah, something like that.
But
Okay, so
no
give
way.
us like the top 5 bands that represent what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, for Danielle it would be different, because it would have fucking Fall Out Boy.
You
That's one
darn
place.
Fall Out
kids and
Boy
your
aside,
darling
because
boys and your imaginary dragons.
I actually like that one song of theirs.
I like it.
Radioactive isn't
Actually,
even
like
the
2
best.
songs.
They've got much better songs than Radioactive.
That's just the one that's hit the mainstream.
I liked Radioactive and Where My Demons Hide, or whatever that is. I liked
'Cause they're
those
on the
2.
radio.
That is a good
I
song.
haven't heard much else.
Uh,
Yes, there's a station here called Bob, and it's a random-ass station that's back and forth between 80s music, and like every 6th song will be something new.
Nick, who would you say would be on this list for us?
TeamSpeak, what you doing?
It's hard to think about it.
I mean, the
don't
most
know.
amazing
You
part
guys
is
can hear me,
you've
but
all you two have spent hours tossing back and forth
Nick left.
music and
That's why
music
he didn't
and music and music. And Nick dropped, like he just realized, oh my god, I don't know as much about it as I thought I did, and he died.
I was just gonna
No,
make
that
that
was
joke,
me.
Jason.
Wah. Yes, if Becca leaves, it's just gonna go wah.
I need Nick here to discuss these bands. And you guys are so mean. Fall Out Boy's perfect. Don't be rude.
Who did you talk about?
I like
When you were talking to Nick, who were you talking about?
Fucking finally. I'm so done with the
Yeah?
internet in this place I live.
You can't anymore.
I can't.
I just can't. I just
Nick,
can't.
think of one of the bands that we talked about.
Well, I mean, my favourite is Billy Talent.
Like-
Okay, well, besides that, the ones that we've bonded over.
Besides the ones you like, what do we have?
So, besides Fallout Boy and, was it Billy Talent?
Talent.
Okay,
I
besides
got
those
Nick
two.
pretty
I
hooked
mean,
on Sense
Counting
Fail.
those two, you have 2. Give us 3 more. That's all you need.
No, I got Nick pretty hooked on Census Fail, so that was a thing.
Come
Nick,
on,
are we
internet.
robots?
You can do it.
He's talking to his internet. Come on. You hear him? He's like, come on, internet, come on. Like, he's encouraging it.
No, I was
think
pretty
you
sure that
can,
was the
I
name of
think
one of
you
the
can.
alternative
Oh,
punk
Nick
rock
left.
bands.
Internet
Like-
died.
Whatever. Bands aside, Nick and I have awesome taste in music.
I mean, the
That's
world
debatable.
wishes that they could share this taste, but they don't know what the taste is because you could only name 3 people.
Rise Against, Census Fail, Who else did we talk about? I don't even know. It was a lot of people. Metro Station.
Shake, 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 shake.
Oh, God.
Shake it.
That's the only song I know. That's like the only line I know.
He's Hannah Montana's brother. Miley Cyrus's brother.
Yeah, I can tell by his horse face.
His horse face?
You guys had.
There we go.
You guys had Hannah Montana, right? Like you've seen it.
Yeah. Well, I know
Alright,
it,
you know-
but I never watched it.
You know Mason
Yeah.
Musso.
It was on the Disney Channel. If they had the Disney Channel, they
Do
know
you know
it was.
Mason Musso? They're like the boy best friend
Nope.
in that show.
Yeah.
His brother is in the band too, Metro Station. And that's
more
my
you
Metro
know.
Station knowledge facts.
Oh, Metro Station.
This is
About
the-
Metro Station.
Yeah, they told me to come up with the band, so I was like Metro Station.
Yeah, but Metro Station, it's a guilty pleasure.
Metro
I
Station's
don't-
so horrible, but it's so nostalgic.
Yeah, I only like them because I was in love with them as a little kid.
Is that really like your guiltiest music pleasure?
No,
No.
We
Titanium.
could talk about that. What's your music guilty pleasure?
My guiltiest pleasure is Titanium.
What song?
Titanium.
What is-
You shoot me
Do you
down,
have, like-
but I
Away,
won't fall.
far away.
Do you not have like an artist or like a band that you listen to and you're just like, yeah, this is like the guiltiest pleasure?
As far as that goes,
Spice
it's
Girls?
got to be Metro
Spice,
Station.
I have no shame in listening to Spice Girls. That's not a guilty pleasure.
No,
Do you not
Metro
feel guilty?
Station's pretty much probably one of my biggest guilty pleasure bands.
They're really.
They're
It's
horrible.
Really like,
It's so bad.
it's just pop. It's like old pop.
My guilty pleasure for music used to be Duran Duran, but now it's kind of like ABBA.
There's nothing
Keeping
wrong
it
with
old
Little
school.
Hungry Like the Wolf.
That's
I
like one
think
of
that's
the
pretty
best
good.
Duran Duran.
The wolf.
But yeah, like I get that from my mother. My
Right.
mom's like, she always says that her music taste reflects her inner gay man, and I think that was kind of reflected on me.
To a degree, I guess mine's also got to be the amount of like really black hip hop I listen to.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna go with that, Eminem is pretty big for me. Love Eminem.
Yeah, but Eminem's for white people.
I know.
You're allowed to listen to Eminem.
I don't like rap though. Eminem's so
I'm
good.
not meant to be listening to DMX.
Yeah, you are. That's racist. Don't be like that.
I know that one Run DMC song where they did the thing with
Walk This
Aerosmith.
Way.
That was,
Walk this way.
yeah, it was kind
This
of.
way.
Talk this way.
Nick, what was that?
Although,
I linked you to that rap song from Dead Island. It was like,
Sam B, that's a fucking good
Voodoo,
song.
you voodoo bitch.
Who do you voodoo, bitch?
Nick,
Such a good song.
remember what were we looking up the music on that night? That we just
Oh,
kind of.
on Xbox Music.
How did that one song go?
Oh, I fucking don't know. I can't go high pitched enough.
Oh my god,
It
me.
was basically I've got a Microsoft Surface and it came with Xbox Music for free with it, and we were just bored one night, so Danielle was just saying words and I was typing them into Xbox Music and searching, and I can't remember what it was, but we came across this musician.
We use that
Who
term
was-
loosely.
Yeah, it was just this girl, no backing tune or anything, singing so fucking high pitched and so slowly about random things. It was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Oh, I wish we could have that song right now. You guys would die. It was so bad.
really
I
wish
think
I-
I'll pass.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you want us to. Jason, what music do you listen to? I don't know that I've ever
listen
heard you talk
to
about it
a
ever.
lot of music that most people don't.
No, see, here's the thing. Nick
Yeah.
and I have listened to Jason's music before. He gave us his favorite, like, band or whatever they are from that. It sounds exactly like the stuff that me and Nick listen to, but with just, like, violins and shit. It's
Okay,
great.
No,
I
but
listened,
also
like,
just with
two of my favorite
women
bands
singers.
are Dropkick Murphys and Flogging Molly, which are both kind of like rock, sort of
Irish
punk, sort
Yeah,
of
it's
like
Irish.
folk-ish.
Yeah, but you like. I think you're trying to be too
Hipster.
hipster.
Jason's a
Okay,
hipster.
those
You
are like
do
the,
have a beard that doesn't have a mustache.
those are like the more not to sound hipster, but sort of more mainstream bands I listen to.
You're a hipster.
Oh my God, you're
But-
turning into. Have you always been this way? Is it because we don't see the rest of your body? Do you wear like skinny jeans and
But
like fugly
I
shoes?
also listen to a lot of like video game soundtracks and remixes of video game music.
Yeah, like
That's some of my favorite stuff to
There's
listen
there's
to.
nothing
I-
wrong with
to
that.
Pure Instinct, and I can't stop listening to Orchid's theme.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Touch me and I'll punch your face.
I spent an hour of today listening to the LA Noir soundtrack with rainy music played over it.
Oh, nice.
It was really good. It actually made me do work because I was doing some serious procrastination.
I wrote a journal asking for people to send me music, and someone told me that I needed to listen to the Sucker Punch soundtrack, but I've never even seen that movie.
I'm just so stuck in my ways with music at this point. Like, I listen to the same bands that I've listened to since I was, like, probably 13. So, like...
I mean, I'm still listening. Billy Talent, my favourite band. I first found them when I was probably like 8, 9, something like that. I still listen to Arctic Monkeys, their years old, listen to the Hoosiers, listen to Metro Station.
I've listened to Fall Out Boy for 10 years at this point.
Paramore as well. They're kind of a guilty pleasure.
This is also going to make me sound like a hipster, but I really, really like electro swing.
I think that's what you linked the first time I asked you about your music. Like
I think I
months and
remember
months ago.
that.
Is that like... This is going to be a weird description, but is it like mechanical jazz?
It's sort of jazzy, like swing type music, but it also has like some like techno sort of elements to it, and like
It's like techno ska.
sorta, yeah. It's hard to explain it, but it's really good.
Nah.
Jason?
Nah.
But you know what? I know why Jason isn't actually hipster. Like, the thing that keeps him bound to normal
World
people,
of Warcraft?
he hasn't condemned anyone else for their music.
No, but
He just has weird taste in music. He just hasn't condemned us for
No, he
ours.
doesn't have all that weird of a taste in music. He pretends that his taste
Well,
in
he
music
thinks
is
he
weirder
does.
than it is.
I don't know. It's so weird hearing you people talk about stuff because you and Danielle, who are in different countries, are like, we know all these similar things, and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you
Well,
motherfuckers
I
are
don't think
talking
it has to
about.
do with
It's just the
country.
amount that we have linked them to each other over 6 or 7 months of knowing each other.
9 months.
No,
We've
but I
known
mean,
each other for
like,
9 months.
Growing up on different sides of the
Yes, we
world,
have.
you two,
We have too.
It's
you
I just
two
went on
know
my-
the same music more than I know.
Yeah, it's a year in May. I've just went on my RT site.
Holy shit!
I signed up 9 months ago.
Can you believe that?
I thought I signed up 8 months ago. I've signed up 11.
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna have
It's-
to do a thing for our 1 year.
It's 24th of May, or 1 year. It's like
22nd. Well, the 22nd is when I signed up.
That's
At least that's what my RT
My-
site's telling me.
my birthday's the 20th.
My birthday's the 7th.
Dropping it in there.
Yeah,
We've already discussed
Cinco de Mayo
we're
is
having
the
a whole
5th.
big birthday celebration at RTX.
Yeah, we are, because his birthday's the 30th. So we're gonna have a birthday
The
party.
flan.
Yeah,
And then my birthday is in...
don't mock me.
What?
And then my birthday is in August too, so we kind of do like all the like late spring,
And
summer
then
stuff all at once.
Tristan is in July.
Yeah,
Tristan's 1 day, 2 days before me.
one.
Yeah, something like that.
I think
So we're gonna celebrate your birthday, Nick,
Okay.
while you're...
Nick,
Me?
do you know what time you were born? What is it? GMT is the universal
Yeah.
time, right? Find out what time GMT you were
Fuck
born,
knows.
and see if adjusted for time zones,
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
are your birth dates going to match
I
up?
am 100% sure that even my mum doesn't know when I was born.
It's on your birth certificate.
She probably doesn't care. She's probably scribbled it out.
What happens if you don't have a birth certificate?
I
Write
was
down
born
once
at 2:28 in the
phone numbers.
morning
I was born
I know
at
that.
25 past 5 a.m.
How do you know that?
Because of my birth certificate.
because my mom has told
I don't
me.
have a birth certificate.
Because I have
I
my
don't
birth
Do you know,
remember-
like,
I don't remember what time, but I was born like sometime early afternoon.
do you guys know, like, your weight and stuff like that when you...
I
I
was
was
7 pounds,
What?
14 ounces.
How do you remember that?
I was
7.
dead,
No.
and my dad thought I looked like I was beat up with a baseball bat.
I think
That's all babies.
I know. Me and my sister. One of us was 7, and one of us was 7 pounds 7 ounces. I just can't remember who's what.
I have trouble remembering my brother's birthday, let alone his weight when he was born.
I don't know
I
my
was about to say, I
brother's
don't know my
times
brothers
or
or my
weights.
sisters.
I don't care. I know mine. I don't know my brother's.
Oh, I do know my brothers because it's the 1st of March. Like, that's how I know it's March, now it's Colton's birthday.
Your 1st of
Sorry,
March.
bro.
I'm pretty sure that's the same day as Justin Bieber.
Justin.
Oh, poor
Oh
Colton.
god. Do you guys ever get that when you're looking down Facebook and stuff? And morons, fucking retards, who are linking stuff from satirical websites and think that it's true.
Yes.
Yep.
Drive me.
Oh my god. It drives me insane, but it's also amazing. Just so that I can just
It's-
laugh in their face.
It's pretty funny what people will believe.
I saw one yesterday or the day before. This girl linked a thing from some satirical website, and it was that Justin Bieber has legally changed his race to black. He's now African. And then there was like,
I would legally like to be black.
and then the comments below it, it was like this guy who was like, "Oh, Justin Bieber's so cool nowadays. I don't even care. He's such a bad man." I was like, oh, "Fucking hell." And then she replied like, "Yeah, I don't even care. He's so cool now." I was like, "Oh my
Can I
god."
legally change my race to wizard?
Who are you friends with or
Oh,
following on
these-
Facebook
these
that's
people
doing
you
this?
would believe. You would not believe. They're chavs. We have this whole chav discussion.
My people.
Okay.
Becca's people.
No, they're not my people. I was kidding. I
They
take
are
no
the champion.
responsibility. I'm not a chav.
You're not a chav, you are the champion.
No, I take no responsibility for them. I'm not from Glasgow or wherever.
No, but I like to think of chavs like chives. They're useless, kind of get in the way of the rest of the food.
Why not again? Great flavor.
Sure. Sour cream and chive, man.
What are you talking about? You have to dig them out with a fork so they don't touch the rest
No,
of your
that's
food? It's
just you
just
because you
fucked
don't
up.
eat anything but spoon.
That's not true. I eat fried okra. It's kind of brown once it's fried on the outside, but the
The
inside's
key word
green.
there is being fried. Like, if you just ate a regular vegetable,
I eat pistachios.
vegetable!
Vegetable.
No, but it is green.
It's fucking vegetable!
We're sticking with green. We're not talking. We're not talking
By that
vegetables. You said
logic, you
green
can go like
things.
mint ice cream.
Holy shit! I just had a bunch of fruit gushers. Some of them were green.
Oh my god.
Kyle is now the healthiest human in the world. He ate some green sweets.
That's
No, I eat a lot of hot sauce.
That is not a bad
Like
It's
hot sauce
not
is
a
one of the or not hot
vegetable.
sauce. I eat a lot of salsa, and salsa is basically pureed vegetables in a cup.
Oh wow.
It is. Salsa has to count more than V8
salsa does
would.
count.
You
I will
V8.
give you that one. But,
Wait,
I have a
what's
question.
V8?
juice.
Do you guys know what a cabbage is?
Kyle?
Yes, there are these items in Skyrim that you can bowl
Have we
with.
discussed this before on here? I know we asked the question. Someone asked the question about it once. Kyle doesn't know what a fucking cabbage is.
No. Doesn't know what a cabbage looks like. There's a difference. I know that it is an item that exists in the world and looks just like lettuce. But if you showed me, hey, this is a head of cabbage and this is a head of lettuce, how the fuck
Two
am I gonna
different
know?
looking things.
Oh my god. This is what I'm marrying into.
Okay, I'm going to present you with two identical types of bratwurst, and I want you to tell me
Are you
which one is the
joking?
one that's
No,
filled
are
with
you
cheese.
joking?
Can we not?
That's completely different.
Can we not?
It's the
It
same
has the
thing.
same
They're vegetables,
exterior.
and
Cabbage
some
has
people don't eat
different
them.
Leaves.
Can we not? Can we please not?
Okay, so I'm going to show you.
Can we not?
I'm going to show you
Show me anything.
an enchilada
Why?
and
Why?
a beef fajita, and I want you to tell me which one
Oh my god,
has tortillas.
No. Can we move on, please?
Just shut
This is
up.
not Kyle's show and tell. Can we just move on?
Show and tell. What are we showing?
Jason and I had like
I
show
don't
and tell the other day. We showed everybody where the submarines were that we found in GTA.
Oh yeah, you did.
So what was your GT? Because y'all were playing before I had a chance to get on, and I finally showed up, and y'all were out in the BFE. What were you doing?
This has to go back to the first night that Jason and I played together.
Cheeky.
Yeah. We were on GTA during game night, which nobody showed up to. Bye, Jason.
You dropped.
Don't announce it to the world.
Why not?
Why
We'll
not?
laugh at him, ridicule him for his wrongdoings.
Like we did with Nick when he left.
I hope you did ridicule me.
He pulled a Nick. That's sad.
I
so
I don't want to tell the story now without him on.
Well, I could quickly tell you that I just went and looked at the
Okay.
Ask FM and I came across a couple of questions and thought, what the fuck are these? Then remembered that I wrote them.
Clever.
Okay.
I was so confused for like
That is
10 seconds and then it just dawned on me that I'd written them like 2 weeks ago.
I haven't checked that in a while. Have we even gotten any questions in?
Yeah, there's like ones that asks
I'm
why
sure we
I'm
have.
poor, which is a reference to a podcast that Nick and I were on.
Yeah. Talk about that
Well,
while we wait for the horrible person to return.
while we wait for the
How
hipster
dare
to
he go?
return. Like,
How do we know that he is? Like, what if he was attacked by... Do they have Sasquatch in Canada? There's a lot of trees up there. There's got to be a Bigfoot somewhere in
Nick.
Canada. That's our story.
Nick, he's gonna come back and like yell at you, be like, "My TeamSpeak broke before it was cool," and then like be like, "You're such a follower."
that should just be a running joke now that Jason is actually a hipster.
I believe it. He's got facial hair
Yeah.
that makes you a hipster.
So,
Well, he had glasses.
Thank God I shave.
Do you want to talk about title list then?
yeah, like a week and a half ago or whenever it was, I don't even remember. Nick and I were invited to partake in the Titleist podcast, which is basically a group of guys who met at RVB Scotland, and they're pretty cool. It was fun. It was random but hilarious. And if you haven't, you should.
It was randomly planned. Ours
Yeah.
are just we just come in here and just talk and hope that stuff happens.
I never realized
Whereas-
what the fuck our setup was until I witnessed someone else's. It's like they were so much more organized than we've ever been.
Yep.
Yeah. It's only because somebody around here doesn't like this. I just don't know what it
They had
is.
a music intro, they had like ad breaks, and they're like, "Yeah, when we come back, we're gonna talk about this," and I'm like, "Wow."
Oh shit, they did that like
Yeah.
full
They
on
had
right
Yeah.
back after these
they
messages.
had planned topics and
And-
segments.
Yeah, and then they would actually have like adverts. Like I think Sean did a couple of them.
I don't think they were real adverts.
No, but like they actually made them. They weren't just like bullshit. They actually made
Yeah.
them. But
Although one of the adverts was just me grunting and
that
pretending
was
to be a
that was
paedophile.
the intro. It was just you grunting,
What?
which everyone should go and listen to just for that alone. But yeah, you guys should check
Yeah.
out their group and check out their podcast because they're pretty cool. I think we might have a couple of them on as guests at some point.
Hopefully. Yeah, that's the Titleist podcast.
Yeah.
Advertisement.
This
See,
episode
we
of
have
the
ad
Latecomers
breaks.
podcast is brought to you by.
While we're there,
The letter
we
S.
can talk about Louise and Emma's podcast as well.
Oh,
Well,
the
welcome
hipster
back, Jason.
returned.
Okay, I think I'm okay now. I don't know what that was about.
Was it Sasquatch?
Oh,
Oh, it was a boot.
Hey, don't knock it.
Hey.
Hey, someone else
Hey.
is getting made fun of for their accent for a change. Yay!
Becca, what the fuck did you say last time?
I said
making
beak.
fun of- Yeah, beak.
Or-
Ha ha ha!
There
You're
was a point where
different.
I
Ha
said
ha ha!
with a boot.
Mordor.
A beak.
I say things funny. I have an accent.
I love how no one ever takes a piss out of my accent. It's like me and Kyle are the only ones who are free of this ridicule and abuse.
Well, we sound like normal people. Like I imagine I sound how people who aren't retarded sound, and Nick is the British version of that.
That makes the rest of us retarded by default.
Yes.
Well, no, you're Scottish.
Retarded.
Danielle has that weird,
Well-
like, hereditary disorder
Thanks,
where
Nick.
she says axed instead of
I'm
asked.
sure that's retarded.
And I think the A's are a side effect of all the syrup from
Well, see,
Canada.
No one
Like,
ever
the
sounds like
maple
they
just
have an
causes
accent
them.
to themselves. Like, to me, I sound like I don't have an accent.
Obviously.
A boot.
But you can still determine, like, you know what the generic, like, I have the generic English accent. Kyle has a generic American accent. Danielle's close, but she says some words weirdly. Like a freak.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Let me ask you a question.
Coffee.
Coffee. Gonna get some coffee and some hot dogs.
I have a story to go along with this.
That is a terrible combination. Like, that just made me shudder to think about eating
Coffee and-
eating hot dogs and drinking coffee.
Listen, at work, the past, like, week and a half, it's over now, they left, but we had to do, like, a reflow of the store, which was, like, just changing all the shit around, but people from corporate came, and, like, our corporate is, like, smack dab in the middle of, like, all American America, so it's, like, in, like, fucking, like, Wisconsin or some shit, and...
Is that what you consider all-American
Well, it's
America?
like around that area.
The fucking cheeseheads?
Yeah, it's around that area.
It's like all-American America. The ones that basically sound Canadian and are closer to them than most of the states.
Whatever. So listen. So one of them, like most of them are from Wisconsin, but one of them is from Texas. And the one from Texas, I was talking to the most, and I was laughing so hard because all she kept saying was like every typical Southern thing ever. And it was just like y'all and just everything like that. But then she kept asking me like why we
Said
sounded
asking.
the way
Well
that why we sounded the way that we did. And then she kept trying to like figure out if we were all as like typical New Yorkers as like TV made us out to be. So she's like hinting around at like murders and like like all this shit. And like, is that how you guys really see us? Like, I was trying to figure this out. Like, all of them looked like they were just, like, afraid that we were gonna pull out, like, a knife and shank them at any second. Like,
And stab New York right before they Stake Plissken
it
has to
was
save
so
the president.
bad. Like,
I mean,
they
it's
left. They
I know.
left, and, like, before they left, like, they sat us all, like, down, like, whoever's on the reflow team, like, they were talking to us, and they were like, yeah, we didn't expect you guys to be this nice. It was really great working with you. We didn't realize that you guys were going to be as good as you were. And I'm just sitting there like, what do you guys think of us? Like, I don't understand. Like, that you're so surprised that we're nice people. Like, is this just like...
No, yeah, like, really. As far as I know, urban legend is like, in Texas, if you're going in a door and you see someone else coming, just out of general, like, common courtesy, politeness and stuff, you open the door and you wait and you hold it for them. If, like, 5 or 6 people come, some poor son of a bitch will grab the door about 3 people in so you can be free. As far as I know, in New York, that doesn't happen. Like, you motherfuckers just walk up at doors and, like, fight to the death for
Oh
who
my
goes in
God.
first. And then, I don't know, I guess that's
That's
it.
one thing I don't understand. Why do people... I don't think it happens in England, but why do people open the doors and then just stand there? Like, if I open the door for someone, I open the door, then, like, push it so that it's not going to close on them, and then just let them walk through.
Yeah, I kind of
I do that sometimes.
See, that's like normal walking speed, but if you're like at a choke point by a restaurant or something, you just hold the door. It's just one of those things that you're taught to do here. Is the polite thing to do is to hold the door
I
for
just
And
someone
yet you
else.
don't understand...
If they're within a reasonable
I-
distance. Unless they're like an old motherfucker, reasonable
I just kind of, like, walk
distance.
by the door, open it, and then I like kind of leave my hand there so they can catch the door and hold it open themselves.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind
just wait long enough and make sure that it won't be closed by the time they get there.
yeah. They can open it. They can keep opening themselves. They're fully capable.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, is that really how the world sees, like, New York? That you think that we're all just, like,
Absolutely.
Well,
gonna go
considering
crazy?
We always joke about you, like, stabbing us at RTX. Yeah.
Are we joking about that? Like, I thought that was a Nostradamus kind of thing.
I feel sad now.
I know it's nothing to really take personal. Like people like that, like they'll always have stuff that they'll think people from certain places will do. Like, it's just stereotypes. Like, people,
Yeah, I mean, all of the
people
Just like-
expect me to wear kilts.
Just like
and
Becca lives in a thatched house without electricity.
I wear a kilt. I drink whiskey all the time. Yeah.
one of my friends from here, he moved to Colorado for a couple of years, and genuinely, when he was at school there, someone asked him what it's like to live in a proper house, because he thought that he came from like a thatched house made
Yeah.
of like straw and wood.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What you have to know is, Colorado is becoming as close as you can be to like the Amsterdam of the United States.
Colorado's
But
rough.
because
This was
the
before.
rest of the U.S., as far as our like drug and alcohol laws, are so much stricter compared to Europe around Amsterdam, like hippies and weird motherfuckers flock to there if they are too lazy to make it all the way to
I just
California.
realised, have you been saying
So that's like-
Amsterdam?
Saying
Were
what?
you saying Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam with an am.
Just making sure.
But Hamsterdam, if that didn't sound like a gerbil, and it was just like a giant dam made out of ham, that would be an amazing sight to behold. But no, Amsterdam.
Okay. I thought this may have been Kyle misspelling stuff in real life.
You imagine I misspell when I speak. Like you hear what I would have misspelled.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Kyle
I mean,
just
I'm
needs
not
like
much better, to be honest.
permanent autocorrect.
Although
But-
I don't rely on autocorrect,
I
because
know.
none of my autocorrects work for some reason. For some reason, Kyle's autocorrect's broken in like the
just
last
gave up.
hour, and everything he writes is just unintelligible. It's funny.
I'm
Chris,
gonna start tweeting them out
in,
on this shit that Cal said.
you have to understand. I even have a pretty good size phone, but the transition from physical buttons on my shitty little flip phone, where I know exactly what I've pressed, and the only reason I misspell is if I just am just completely confused how to spell it. Now with the touch screen, there's not like a physical way to feel what key I'm on. So I'll mash like 6 of the motherfuckers trying to hit the right one without
I will
looking.
give you that one. If you haven't actually used like a touchscreen phone before, it does take some getting used to go from actual
No,
buttons.
I'm not giving him that one because it took me all of a week to get used to my
Yeah.
iPhone. He's had his phone for how
No,
long
no,
at this
I'm-
point?
That phone is giant as well.
What you have to look at
That
is
phone is massive.
the transition from flip phone to thing is probably complete,
Thing.
but since the screen is smaller, I'm 20% worse at spelling on it than I am a laptop.
I don't
What?
understand.
No,
That phone
just
is
stop.
massive. How can it not have like giant buttons compared to like an iPhone?
I realize the phone is probably the size of your forearm, but it's not that
It
big.
is the size of Becca.
Yeah, it is me. I am
To her, it's like the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey. That is my phone.
I don't even think that phone like fit in my hand.
It won't fit in your pocket. I can tell you that much. Like I know for a fact.
in my
Don't get
pocket.
big phones. I don't get why people want big phones.
I don't
It's so
either.
pointless.
Like, I need to
I had a
upgrade my
friend, like,
Well,
I had this conversation earlier.
I've
he
wanted
was
to-
like, "Oh, iPhones are so small." I was like, "Yeah, it's like convenient. I don't want this giant thing which I can just about squeeze in my pocket."
bigger keys. I need the bigger
I need
keys.
You're like an old man.
And I don't have like fat hands. And I know people that have bigger hands, but I like to have buttons that I can clearly press in the center of it without nicking all the edges even more than I already
That's
do.
one thing I've discovered. I've been learning guitar recently, and I've realised that my little chubby chode fingers are not designed for playing guitar.
Do you have like small hands for a guy or just
Yeah, I've got very
fat?
small hands. Like, my palms aren't all that small. My fingers are just like an inch long and about 2 inches wide. I've got
I
like
want to
big
see a
hands.
picture of your hand now.
Yeah.
Because you're like as tall as I am, and you don't look like you would have funny hands. So I want to see a picture of your hand.
What do I put hand next to?
What? No,
Banana.
Well, no,
A
if
ruler?
just a picture of your hand.
pick and just send a picture of your hand, and then
Okay.
we can all compare.
Kick your hand.
Yeah, I want to see this like right now.
Everyone do it and let's compare.
Are we all taking
Okay.
pictures of our hands?
Yeah.
Put it in the not admin chat so one in action.
I've already done it for the admin chat.
I don't know what I've sent it to, but I'm sending it to something.
Wait, where are you? In Skype or Kick?
Kick.
Oh, I got it. I don't know what to compare it to.
I've sent my little chode fingers.
Your fingers look really short.
They are. They're tiny. They've got teeny fingers.
Kyle just sticks
What
his
is
on
that?
the
Kyle's gone.
Well, mine's on the computer screen too, but mine looks nothing like Kyle's.
Kyle's gone for like the artistic
Well-
silhouette.
It does. If you turn it sideways, it's like the hamburger helper man if he starred in
It
Taken.
looks like a
Is what it
turkey
is.
sideways. Your thumb's all crooked.
I'm gonna retake mine.
I didn't know what to like position my thumb, so I was like, well, I better make it go in the same direction as my other fingers.
Mine
So I did
kinda
that.
looks the same
I didn't
as
know what I
Kyle's,
want.
but only because my room is dark. Because it's nighttime.
I feel that my camera angle may have
You
also
and
not
Kyle.
done wonders.
Kyle's takes up this whole fucking screen though. Mine's like not even half.
Well, that's not on my screen. That was just conveniently placed here. I'll send another one with actually
Should I
on
do
my
it
screen.
this way?
I wish you guys listening to the podcast could see this because this is really fun.
Jace, oh, we did get Jason hands.
Yeah, I put my controller next to it.
I'm gonna try and replicate the Becca.
Oh, I should do that.
Because, you know, I'm not just dumb and hold up my hand to the screen.
Well, mine was more to assess finger to palm ratio.
There you go. Here's another picture of my
I'm
hand
gonna-
just
I'm
the
gonna-
other way.
I'm doing mine next to my controller as well.
This has got to be the weirdest section of a podcast ever.
Your hand.
To listen to it has
So,
to it has to
are
be
we just gonna
strange.
put all these, like, hand pictures in the link dump?
Yeah.
I'll do one of these though, so that they get a better picture.
So if you've got a hand
There you
fetish, you are so welcome for it.
There's also an extra treat in
The
my
Latecomers podcast, bringing you hand fetish since 2014.
There's an extra treat in my new one.
Oh my
I
god,
didn't
Nick.
I didn't really focus on my hand. I more went for the wallpaper.
Oh, for anybody that wants to know,
Nick's is the saddest because it's like he's reaching out to grope her.
Becca as a naked woman.
Oh my god.
I'm just like poking the audio waves with one finger and like just thumbing her nipple.
While you spin her nipple with it. Oh my god, it's like she's a turntable. And you're just like... you're playing some ill beats as you
For
spin it in
anyone who wants
circles.
to know,
That's-
it is the wonderful Kelly Brook.
Thank you. I was so curious.
Actually, no, I
Shout
think
out
it
to
might be
Kelly
Keely
Brook.
Hazel. I think that one might be Keely Hazel.
Alright, well, shout out to Kitty Hazem.
She has amazing tits.
Oh god. How did we even get into this conversation?
Where do we go from here?
Well, Jason, we didn't talk about our GTA adventures. Let's talk
Oh,
about our
yeah,
GTA
right.
After the
adventures.
conversation about hands, let's not go anywhere.
I'm just looking at tits now.
Hands to tits. I'm not interested
We're
in
gonna
what's
talk
going
about
on
the
next.
GTA adventure.
I'm just gonna say, Danielle, you're gonna appreciate this next one I send.
Oh god.
Has it got what's his name's bum?
There's,
In-
There you
Incoming
go, Becca.
there's a random M there for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I know why the M's there. No, it's for America.
Dead ass. And there it goes.
Okay, let's go back to
That's a nice
the.
cat,
Oh,
actually.
it is a nice cat.
Becca, do you remember that Craigslist ad I sent you?
Yes.
I want to pet the kitty.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh god.
So,
Okay.
to preface this story about their going up in the middle of bumfuck Egypt, I start playing GTA and they're like, we're not, where are we,
It goes
where
back
are
to
we?
when Jason and I have to talk about our first adventure into GTA, and that ties into the second adventure in GTA.
Yeah. It's,
Adventureception.
it was pretty crazy.
Well, Jason and I, since game night was the other night, Jason and I were the only people who actually showed up to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
game night
100%.
was Danielle, Nick, and I for like an hour or two, and then Nick left, and then it was just us. And then
You guys
we
didn't-
played
shouldn't
for
have
like
said
6
anything.
hours.
No one turned up, so no one knew it failed. We could just played it off.
I
as a
was about to
massive
say.
success.
Whatever. Jason and I literally played from about 6 o'clock at night until about 2 o'clock in the morning. And we were just roaming around and doing whatever in GTA. And then we found submarines in this, like, hangar. And it was, like, the greatest experience of our night. And we figured out that we can hook the cargo bob up to it. So we pulled it out of that ocean. And we dropped it in the, like, the clearer one. And we were exploring. And
What we did was we brought it over near where the like on the west side where the like pier and all that big beach
West
is.
Side are the best.
West Side Story.
We brought it over there, so it's much more awesome over there.
But yeah, so you can only get one person into the sub at the same time.
Even though
And
there's 2 seats.
it's so annoying.
Oh,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Alright, Kyle.
I'm not doing a damn thing.
It just sounds like you're hoovering.
Yeah.
I'm I'm just going.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Pretty much.
So anyway,
So yeah, so you can only fit one person in. So it was Jason's turn, and then he ended up beaching it. Like, he got it stuck on the beach. So then I went to go sit in it, and I was in it, and then my Xbox, I got disconnected from Xbox Live. And then that's where the real fun began. I managed to get back in the game, but I was in the game still. Like, I was sitting in the,
yeah, like when she left the game, her character was still there in the submarine. And even when she logged back on, it was still there, just sitting there. And then she came over to it next to where I was standing, which was next to the sub, and she was looking at herself in the sub.
She took a picture of it. And then we were trying to figure out if we can get her out of the sub. So we couldn't, pull her out, if I was in a car. So then we decided to try shooting the glass, in the front of the submarine, and that didn't work. So I was like, I'm just gonna blow this up. So I stuck sticky bombs to the front of it. And that apparently scared her, because she got out of the sub, was on the top of it, knelt down, and just started screaming. And it was so creepy.
So it was
so
just a
creepy.
straight up AI version of you.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Oh, now that's a more realistic version of Danielle. Someone threw sticky bombs.
Since
Ah!
when do the AI just kneel down to accept defeat and scream?
I don't know. I couldn't get her to move. She stopped screaming, but she was still, knelt down with her hands over her head. I couldn't get her to move, so I was like, I'm gonna punch her to see if I can get her to, start running. And I punched her and she died. And it was
Yeah.
really sad.
And then there's more to this story. So after Ghost Danielle died, we went back to see if we can get another submarine because we wanted to, keep going. And while we were doing that, I brought the cargo bob down really low into the water, and Danielle was able to swim in the water inside it. And then I went up in the air, and she was standing on top of it while we were flying away.
No, first I was inside the cargo bob, but I was able to free run around the cargo
Right?
bob.
Yeah.
I wasn't sat in the seat or anything. I was able to run around. So I went to the back of the cargo bob and I phased through the back of it onto the wing, and I was able to just stand on the cargo bob while it was flying. Nothing was wrong and nothing was happening, and it was so cool. And then the cargo bob broke.
Yeah, the back propeller just kind of exploded, and we crashed.
It was.
Okay, enlighten the situation. Just kind of exploded. What does this mean?
Well-
It
Were you shot
No.
at, or
It-
did it break on Danielle's
just
head?
exploded.
It kind of the back propeller fell off, and then it went downhill from there.
Yeah, then the helicopter started spinning up because I couldn't control it anymore, and we crashed.
It was sad. But that brings.
But this is the second time, before we go to the other story, this is a second type of Ghost Danielle. Like, there's classifications of her. Because we had been playing one time, and I was driving along, and I don't know if there's actually sharks in the multiplayer for GTA.
Don't know.
We kept running across shark corpses everywhere. Like, we found 2 or 3 of them, and she couldn't see one of them. So I was like, well, here, get out, and I'm going to drive at it, and you'll be able to see the car jump. And sure enough, she's like, oh, hey, your car jumped like it hit something. And I turned around, and I was like, yeah, where are you at? Fucking invisible. So I'm running over sharks,
weird.
and Danielle stopped existing.
But I was still there. I was able to do anything I wanted. He just couldn't see me.
I'm
It was
not
so
100%
weird.
sure, but I think there was a glitch like near the start of GTA where sharks were just spawning on land.
Yeah, they were just all over the place, and it was fucking hilarious. The fuck? Because there's like it looks like a little industrial area, but everything around it is just like sand. It is one of the more deserty parts, and that's where the sharks were. It wasn't even like we were near water, weren't near like a river and like a super shark crawled out chasing a child. No. Out in the middle of the desert, sharks
It
everywhere.
was bad.
Right, so then there's the second Ghost Danielle story.
Which started even more epic than the first. So it was Becka. It started with Becka, Tristan, and Juan, right? Or was
Was
it
only
somebody else?
one matter?
Yeah, it was the 4
Was
of
it
us.
just us 3? 4. Me.
Yeah.
Becca. Oh yeah, me included. You count me.
You forgot to count yourself.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Well, you were a ghost,
no,
you
it
might
wasn't a
not
ghost
count.
yet. What did we even do? We were just fucking around, right?
It
Like,
was
we
you-
weren't
you-
really doing much.
You and Tris, and then you guys got stuck, and then I came to rescue, but I ended up driving my car.
Oh,
off the cliff.
yeah. We were trying to drive to something, and then Tristan was, like, all the way on the top of a mountain, so I was gonna go rescue him. I got him, and then I was fucking around, and we ended up, like, over a cliff on a beach that we couldn't climb back up from.
Yeah.
So the next thing I know, Becca's down there with us.
Yeah. I drove
And then
my car
Juan
off the
fell
cliff.
down in the same place. We
And-
all ended up in the same place.
We were stuck there for like 10 minutes trying to like jump up rocks and stuff, and people kept like falling on top of each other, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, we could not get up.
I loved like the ragdoll kind of. Oh, it's so funny.
The motion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the best bit
the
of GTA.
ragdoll is so funny.
And then we're like, Kyle, come save us, please. We're
Because he
stuck."
finally came into the game.
He waited, and then he got music to play, and then he came
Oh,
and
yeah.
rescued us.
With the helicopter.
No, that's not even what happened was they were on the ass end of the top of the map, like almost as far north as you can get, stuck on the bottom of a mountain. I was in a helicopter at least 5 or 6 minutes. I didn't have to wait to find music. I found music while waiting.
Still, it was hilarious. It was like the best adventure.
All as we hear, we're trying to run along the beach trying to find a way out. And then you just hear Kyle's music blasting and the helicopter landed next to us. It was
just,
like the most epic rescue.
it was just funny watching like people like jump on the rocks and then just fall over and eat shit on the ground.
We did that a lot.
Yeah,
Or there was one time where I was running and I jumped thinking I was going to climb up a rock and I completely fell off the other side of it. And I ate shit in the sand.
There was like one point where I was like, Tristan was trying to climb the wall, and then I like tried to like jump above him. I like jumped on his head, and then we both fell and that shit.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
But then, like, after we got rescued, I think like a couple minutes after that, Jason came into the game, and we took everybody to go get the what's it faces, the submarines.
Submarines.
And so we got the submarines, and we were going through because then Becca found this dead body story, and we wanted to see them.
Like the story about like a serial killer called like the Infinity 8 Killer, and then there's apparently there's like 7 dead bodies wrapped up at sea. And you can go and find like the clues and like the riddles on rocks and stuff. It's pretty freaky.
So like we got over there, and we did find one of the dead bodies, which is pretty cool.
Apparently there's 7 in the same area, but we only saw 1. You can like dive down and see them, but apparently there's supposed to be 7. But I watched a video about it and it's pretty freaky.
Yeah, so we wanted to go find this dead body and check it out. So we cargo bobbed a submarine way over to where it was. And so, we spent some time looking around for it, finally found it. And then we, if anyone wants to know, it's like on one of the northern islands. So then we got on one of the islands and we're just kind of like messing around, doing whatever. Danielle gets disconnected, and then Ghost Danielle just kind of starts randomly walking around the island for like 5 minutes. So I started following her to see what would happen if she'd do anything. Going on, just walking around, whatever. And then she gets into the cargo bob that we used, and she just flies away. Like she flies towards Mount Chiliad, and she just gone. I don't know where she went.
Did you guys know about the rumours and stuff like that in GTA 4? Like there was the Liberty City Heart, which was real. No, not Liberty City. Statue of Liberty Heart, whatever it was called in that game.
I went to see that.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
What was that?
If you go into
what was it called? I can't remember what it's called in the game.
I don't remember, but it's basically the Statue of Liberty.
But anyway, yeah, they got a Statue of Liberty, and if you go in there, you got to like fly a helicopter over, jump out, parachute down, land on this certain thing, and then there's one door in it, but it's not a real door. You have to run through it. It's just like all the other doors you can't go through. This one you just phase through it. It doesn't open or anything. You go in it and then you climb up a few staircases, and there's just a giant beating heart in the middle of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh my god,
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's videos on it.
Yeah. And then there was another one, which I never managed to find, but it scared the shit out of me like years ago. It was this supposed guy called the Rat Man, who was rumoured to live in the subway. And me and my friends, for like hours, we would just go down there on motorbikes and just drive around trying to find this dude. It was meant to be just like a rat man, like this crazy homeless guy who like thought he was a rat and ran around and would kill you and stuff. And it would just scare the shit out of you because it's so dark down there, and you thought it was real, and you'd see like random like things moving and like lights and movement and stuff like that, and it would just scare the shit out of us all the time.
Oh
that's so weird.
I love the Easter eggs you can find in GTA games. They're really good.
Yeah.
Like, do you know like the whole Mount Chiliad mystery thing that's going on in GTA 5?
Nope.
There's like.
Is that the ghost?
It's like it's like, I don't know if it's like UFO related, but like, if you go to Mount Chiliad, there's like the little
Apparently it's been solved.
Has it?
Yep, I just googled it, and the top result is a Reddit chain where they've been solving
I've kind of seen that, but they haven't really solved it that much. Basically, if you go up to Mount Chiliad, there's like the little like room thing, and inside there's a map. And it's got like really simple symbols. It's basically like it's got like Mount Chiliad, and it's got like a thing at the top of it for like electricity or something. And then if you go to the thing with the what are they called? The thing where you like look. I'm like rambling. It's like next to the place there's like the telescope things. If you climb to the back of it, it says on the woods like come back when your story is complete, and then it basically means finish the story. But if you have to go there at like a certain time, and it's gonna be certain weather, and there's a UFO there. Because I saw videos on it, but there's like this whole thing about what the thing in Mount Chiliad means, and people are going fucking bananas over it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I've just gone down like the image girl for the Chiliad mystery subreddit.
There's a lot.
And there's just like they're just finding loads of weird things.
Yeah.
Like they're analysing textures and stuff like that.
there's like, I was watching a couple of videos on it, and they were going on a story, and they went to this like little settlement of people, and they had symbols painted on their houses that were painted on the thing, like the drawing in Mount Chiliad. And like whenever you'd go in, they would just start shooting at you for some reason. And I think they were like supposed to be like a cult thing. I don't know, but it's like there's so much weird shit in that game, and people just take it like so seriously, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but then on that another side of it, like how much is that like real, or how much is it people looking into things too much?
I don't know.
Like I feel like
That reminds me of the Skyrim bugs in a
I
jar.
definitely
Like what I'm looking at now is people have taken the actual like game engine and are analysing it. And like right now there is like a picture of a house and like the model of a house, and they can see that there's a hidden room inside part of it.
people go to
and
such
then
extremes for it.
They've looked at the it says hatch found in collision models, and it's like just this one like circle in the middle of the model or something.
It's pretty
Crazy.
cool, though. I definitely think there's something there with Mount Chiliad that they haven't explained, but people just go into it so much. Like, I'll try and find some of the videos that I've seen and all, maybe see if I can get them in the link dump, along with the video on the Infinity 8 killer, because it's kind of spooky. It's
Too spoopy for me.
Too spoopy. But yeah, I just find it really interesting to watch. I might be the only one, but
Yeah, I mean, just from looking at these pictures, it looks like it could be quite interesting.
there's like a lot of like weird GTA videos. You kind of have to like filter through the crap and find the good ones, because yeah.
I love stuff like that, like the mystery things. Just
Yeah, I like
some
Yeah.
things creep me out.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, like just sort of like conspiracy theories. They
Black
interest me.
helicopters.
Google it.
I love conspiracy theories.
Me too.
I could look up conspiracy theories all day and just be perfectly content with it.
What is your favorite conspiracy theory that you've heard? Like,
Ooh.
Like, favourite, or like, do you
like,
think that
the
they're
one-
real, or just
the
like,
one that
what
you
the fuck?
found the most interesting
I think
or
Are
ridiculous.
we talking real conspiracy theories or in-game conspiracy
Well, not
theories?
just any, like, for instance, when I think of them, I always think of the one that people said that Paul McCartney died like 20
that's
years ago.
yes. That's
Hello?
I think is one of my favorite ones.
Hello?
Hi.
All right, so give us a short little story. What was the Paul McCartney thing?
They're saying that when Paul McCartney was in his like car crash that he had, he actually died in it, and they
Oh,
replaced.
this is the replacement.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
replaced him with somebody that was close to the band, and they gave him like plastic surgery where he looked pretty much identical to him in some ways, and he sounded pretty much like him. And they're saying that guy is who Paul McCartney is now, and they're saying that there's a bunch of clues in it where whatever album it is, we're on the Abbey Road, when they're on that, like the way that they're set up
It's like
is a funeral procession where
I think
goes
it's meant to be one of the songs. If you play it backwards, it
backwards.
says
It
that
says
he's
Paul
dead,
is
something.
dead or something. Yeah, it's creepy. Like they have at the Abbey Road one, I think. What is it? Lennon is the funeral director. Then it has Paul McCartney's in like denim outfit, showing that he's like dead, or he's in the suit and he's
got,
dead.
like,
And then
he's got, like, no
what is it?
shoes on.
Ringo in the denim outfit.
I think
The denim outfit surely symbolizes
the
death.
was George Harrison.
The denim outfit was like the gravedigger. Like he was like the.
Yeah, I think it's George Harrison. Yeah, it is. I just looked it up. I'm looking at it now, and it says another interpretation of the Abbey Road album cover as symbolizing a funeral procession where Lennon dressed in white symbolizes the preacher or the heavenly figure. Ringo Starr dressed in black symbolizes the undertaker or mourner. George Harrison in denim and jeans symbolizes the gravedigger. And McCartney, barefoot and out of step with the others in the band, symbolizes the corpse.
And then apparently, like, that car that's in the background of the picture has, like, something to do with it, too.
Okay, so that's a good one. That is
Have
good.
you guys? I think they might have mentioned it years ago on the RT podcast. The Beatles never broke up conspiracy thing.
I can't think of any other conspiracy theories off the top
Did
of my
you
head.
hear about that?
I'm trying to think of one that isn't just cliche,
Nice.
though.
As bad as it sounds, I kind of like looking up the 9/11 ones because it's really freaky how much like Bush knew about it before.
Great, my
And-
internet is completely dead.
I quite enjoy
That's cool.
both like alien theories and like military conspiracy theories. Those are like
Those
Yeah.
are always good. This one isn't like everybody. There's always the JFK conspiracy theories, but the best thing about the JFK stuff is when they compare his assassination to Lincoln's.
Oh, that's so freaky.
Yeah.
Those are so cool because it's like he died in Lincoln, Lincoln died in 4 days. I thought that's awesome. In a sad kind of way. But fuck, they were dead 40 years before I was around. So
The New World Order one's pretty freaky.
It is.
I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of a particularly
Did you
fun one.
hear what I was saying?
No.
Nah, Nick.
Nah, you died.
Did you hear about? I think they mentioned it ages ago on the RT podcast about the Beatles never broke up.
Yeah, I looked that up after I heard them talking
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, was that the one about the guy that said he was in an alternate dimension?
He went into an alternate dimension and brought home a mixtape. I mean, it's quite interesting. I'm
The
pretty
Beatles never
pretty
broke
certain
up
it's
.com.
bullshit, but yeah, BeatlesNeverBrokeUp.com, and it's got the full story written out. It's quite lengthy.
Yeah, it's got the download for the album Everyday Chemistry. I
Yeah,
never listened to it.
I listened to it. It does sound like the Beatles,
No.
and one of the songs has the riff from Band on the Run, which was who was it? I can't remember who it was. It might be Paul McCartney, but one of them went off and
Yeah,
with
it was
Wings,
Paul
I think
McCartney.
it was,
Yeah, Paul McCartney.
with Wings, and made the song Band on the Run. So whether that was just him trying to skimp it, or whether it was saying Paul McCartney had this before it was already in his mind.
Man.
For some reason, I thought was that because there's another like band, but I can't remember what band it is. Might be confusing it with the story. But didn't it turn out that those were actual studio tapes from just like them not necessarily fucking around, but before they'd gotten big, it was studio recordings they did that decided to never use, and that the recorder had just kept? Isn't that what it turned out to
I
be?
don't know. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with the story.
Well, because I remember reading that, because I read like all the Cracked articles, and they'll do like those 5 things that whatever. And one of them, they've done like a couple of them on bands. And I think that was one of the mystery things, was talking about that story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking on Snopes and it just says that they sound like mashups of various Beatles solo efforts. Apparently.
I'm reading it now.
I'm looking up conspiracy theories.
And now everyone will be quiet as we read.
Another thing
Yeah, what this says is, this backs up your claim. It says, from what I understand, there are still a bunch of unreleased Beatle recordings in the vaults, plenty of them just alternate takes of already released album tracks, but there are a few songs that never saw the light of day. And then it goes on to say more stuff, but... do we want to carry on talking about this, or move on to the very, very important topic of Donald Glover / community?
Oh my god, community.
Okay, before we move on to that, I'll get time to it. I'll save my story, the best for last.
Yeah, first of all, I'll just talk about general Donald Glover because that's got less to talk about. Basically, Donald Glover, if you don't know him, he's awesome. You should know him. You're dumb. Bye, Danielle. And he did a couple of comedy stand-up shows, but one of them's really, really fucking good, and I rewatch it every few months. And I linked it to Becka earlier today. It's his show called Weirdo, You can find the
Yeah.
full thing on YouTube. I'll stick it in the link dump.
It was really
it's
funny.
so fucking
I
good.
really, really liked it.
He's just got that like perfect balance between lewd, disgusting,
Yeah.
amazing, immature, racist.
Yeah. Some of the
Comedy.
things that he said, I just cracked up. Like,
I'll have to give that a watch then.
You really do. It is it's probably my favourite stand-up show I've ever seen.
there was one line of it that I quoted back at Nick, and he's like, "Yep, that's the one."
Yeah, I kept on wanting to quote things at Becca,
Oh my
but because
gosh.
I was rewatching it just ahead of her, but I didn't want to spoil any of the jokes. Was that the one about
The
oh
woman-
fuck,
the
the
woman's
rape
like,
one?
yeah, the one's like, if anybody tried that with me, I'd shit on them. She's just like, yeah.
And it was like, yeah, well, he's a rapist, so his tolerance for
So disgusting.
disgusting stuff is kind of like up here.
Yeah, I cracked up at that, and the Charlie Sheen. Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen story was pretty good.
The whole section after the Trinidadian babysitter.
Oh no, Nick's dying.
Do you know the one I'm talking about? I
And
can't
Nick
really
died
say
again.
the word. The naughty word.
Oh. Cut out, and then I just hear Trinidadian babysitter.
Wait,
I know
what?
exactly what you're talking about. That was pretty funny. you
To get the full story, go to
cut
@DannyGlover.com.
Well, they can hear what I was saying.
You cut it, and then you just came back at Trinidadian babysitter. But I could tell.
Then
what
did
you
I
were
cut
talking
out
about.
again or carry on?
I don't even know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Another good one
Community.
was
Yeah.
Kylie, get your shit
Okay.
together. You need to watch it to get that reference. It's pretty funny. This is like an inside joke portion of the podcast.
Oh my god, seriously, everyone needs to watch it. It is so good. Like, every single joke is outstanding.
Yeah, it's pretty stylish.
It's an hour long.
I'm gonna watch more of his
But yeah.
stuff, I think.
Moving on from that, he
Yeah.
acts in the show, well, he doesn't anymore, he's a traitorous cunt. But he did act in Community, which is possibly the best comedy show. So fucking good. I don't get how I didn't know that you liked it as well, Jason.
Jason has been
Yeah,
trying to
I-
get people to
We've gone
watch
this
for months.
Jason liked it before it was cool.
No, maybe a month and a half ago, I was bored one day. I was like, I should watch something. I have a list of stuff to go through. I was like, I'll give Community a shot. See what it's about. I got hooked right away. I binge watched the whole thing.
I might try and
Yeah,
watch
see,
it
I
this
did
week.
watch it before I was cool and started watching it in the first season. But, it's so fucking good. It is so good.
The best episodes are the ones where the entire school just gets flipped turned upside down and goes into
Like the
complete
paintball
chaos. Like the
episode.
paintball episodes. Oh my god.
Did you see the latest episode as well?
Yeah,
With
the
app?
yeah. That was pretty good.
Meow Meow Beans.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Community is so fucking good.
To,
They've just got
to-
such a
To entice
such a
you Becker, they
diverse
have their
cast who
own
can do absolutely anything.
in-universe version of Doctor Who
Oh my
called
gosh,
Inspector Spacetime.
I'm sold.
Inspector Spacetime.
I'll watch a couple episodes tomorrow because I need something
No,
to
watch
watch
all the
after I
episodes
finished watching Attack on Titan.
I got Attack on Titan.
It's so fucking good. So
Good.
I'm like, I just peaked so quickly, and I had to finish watching it.
Cuked.
Shut up.
I watched an episode.
I watched over 3 days, and I'm like, what do I do now? I have to wait for the second season, or I need to read the mangas. And I really want
I think
clothes.
the problem with it for me is the same problem with Bleach, because I watched about 100 episodes of Bleach a few years ago, and then I just realised that I can't be bothered to read stuff when I'm watching. I just can't be bothered with subtitles.
Yeah,
the amount of
I
attention
used to
I
be-
pay when
That's my
I
problem
used to
with
be
it.
really
So,
into
like,
Bleach, and
can't be
then
reading.
I just got bored of it and didn't watch it anymore.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going.
Attack on Titan
Hello?
is worth it though.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, it's
like,
so good.
I'm not even a
See, I can
person who's into anime.
like I can get away.
If you like Attack on Titan, you should give Bleach a go. It's a decent show.
I might.
just
Yeah,
got bored
I
of it.
signed up for like Crunchyroll, which is like the best website ever. So I'm gonna. Maybe
pretty
watch
great.
some more.
You don't need to sign up to it, do
All
you?
the-
That's where you can just go.
All that matters is that you watch Cowboy Bebop and understand that dubs are better than subs. That's all that matters.
You will have a lot of
No.
people fighting you on that.
Yeah, dubs are not good.
You can't judge them by the shittiest of them. You have to judge them by the best. And a good dub is better than any sub.
No.
No, I think I would just stick to subs.
Because you can't tell what's going on the show without having to read the
No,
shit.
but
And like I can get away with watching Attack on Titan because I'm grinding at Halo Wars, and it is the slowest game in the world. But if I was actually doing something, I couldn't focus on the show.
the thing with subs is you get the inflection and mood and attitude of like how it's actually meant to be seen through the Japanese or whatever.
How do you get more inflection
No,
through
but
text?
you hear it. You
than
don't.
through
You don't like
voice?
tune out all sound when you're reading subs. You don't like turn
You
off
don't
the sound.
hear tones
and just
reading.
Oh,
read
you
it.
hear it from the voices, you div.
Yeah. You hear like the way that they're pronouncing things and what kind of mood it is, rather than hearing some crappy actor going like, yeah, so I went to the store.
The Japanese voice actors are like so much.
They're
better
doing the
at
same thing, but in
Yeah, shut up.
Japanese.
They're so
That's-
much better at doing like rage and like emotions and stuff like that than just a shitty English person who's dubbing
Yeah.
it.
It's like
you kind
the
of
way
lose some of the essence of it.
the way that it's subbed, you more read
Mikasa.
what it means
Where
and
is
then
the
just
pasta?
interpret with the sounds. Whereas with dubs, you're just taking what the subs are, what the interpretation is, and that's never what they actually mean.
Mikasa.
If it's never what they actually mean, I might as well just turn it off and watch people glare at each other going, "Huttibalabalabalaba!" and then you know. That's not racist. I don't speak Japanese. I'm sure they're watching, like, what's something American on TV? Fuck if I... They're watching Psych, and they're going, the fuck are these people? Why is this white guy and this black guy talking about Santa
You
Barbara?
gotta bring race into this, man.
And they're like, what?
Anyway, Attack on Titan is
It
an
is.
awesome
It's all
show
about
and
race.
Everyone should try watching it.
Yes.
I think.
Hello,
Shout
I'm
out
gonna-
to
Community
both Attack on
and
Titan
Weirdo.
and to Community. Give them both a watch.
Jason,
think-
Jason, have you seen Workaholics?
No.
If you like Community, you will also like Workaholics.
That is something
It's
I
like-
really
put that
need
on
to
the list.
watch. That's like the show with the guy with
Workaholics.
the hair.
What if you
is-
don't like Workaholics?
Workaholics is straight up retard humor, but it's amazing.
I've
Like
wanted
none
to
of it
watch
makes
that.
any sense. I watched the episode from this week. And there's just a random hard cut to just like they're being clowns in the episode. There's just a random hard cut at one point to them getting high and then like ghost riding a car, and then it just hard cuts back.
I've wanted to watch that
It's just
for ages.
amazing.
That's like it's got the guy with the hair.
Yeah, Blake
Yeah.
Henderson. I think that's his real name.
I
All of
think-
their names in the show are like so close to their real names. It's really annoying.
I might do that one next. I'm currently working my way through Parks and Recreation. It's pretty good.
That's another,
yeah,
that's
I
another one
watched
I
all
need
of
to
that.
watch.
I
I need to
marathoned
watch
it.
some more.
Yeah, Parks and Rec is good. Fucking Aziz Ansari as well.
I've heard.
Have you seen his stand-up?
No.
No, but man,
Oh, you
Aubrey
need to
Plaza.
watch
Oh
that.
man, Aubrey Plaza.
You need, what's that? Am I missing? What?
She's the actress who plays April on the show.
Oh, yeah. I watched a. Oh fuck, what was it? I watched some. It was like a kind of crappy film, but it was a film with her in it, and she. It was a crazy guy who thought that he could go back in time, and stuff like that, or time travel. And it was. Have anyone seen The League?
Nope.
That's another
Nope.
show you should watch.
I have a lot of shit to watch.
Yeah,
This is why I
don't,
should have been there when you made the list of things to watch, because I've watched everything.
Did you
yeah,
see
I
the
don't watch a
list?
lot of TV, so I have a lot to catch up on.
Oh, Oh,
Oh,
you know I finished watching Merlin like
Oh,
a
God.
few weeks ago.
yep.
I found like an exact replacement for that show. I found a show called Legend of the Seeker, and it's pretty much American Merlin.
Oh, jeez.
Except he's a guy with a sword being protected by a guy with magic instead of being a guy with magic protecting the guy with a sword.
Seems legit. But yeah,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna try watch Community this week because I've
Do
got
it,
the
do
week
it, do it,
off,
do it.
So it might
Troy and
have to.
Abed are the best.
As I said earlier, I'm wearing a Troy and Abed t-shirt right now. So
Yeah.
good.
I need to buy. I really want either an Attack on Titan shirt or like the Wings of Freedom hoodie, like a green one. That'd be awesome.
We should get the t-shirts.
We should for RTX.
I love how since we started talking about watching stuff, Danielle's just disappeared.
I don't know what to say.
Watch
For anyone who
Attack on
doesn't know,
Titan.
Danielle
NCIS, Daniel. NCIS.
Danielle doesn't take in anything
Start-
except from achievement
Start
hunter.
watching Community.
And Attack on Titan.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
not going to do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I might watch Community. I've been meaning to watch Community.
Have you actually? Wow.
Yeah, I actually have wanted to watch it. I love Joe McHale, so.
I'm pretty sure all that you've ever watched is like Harry Potter, and
There's nothing wrong with that
Yep.
part.
that's it.
That's a lie. I've watched things.
No, she used to watch NCIS, but I don't
No,
think
I
she
kind
does
of gave
anymore.
up after season 4 of NCIS.
Oh,
Which what was that? What happened in season 4?
I
Because
don't
I used to
remember.
watch them, but I can't remember anymore.
I don't fucking
Was
remember.
the
It's been a
Israeli
while.
bitch dead?
No, she
Hashtag
never
spoilers.
died.
Okay, something
Wait,
else.
yes.
Awesome in
Did she not?
Community.
Someone
There's
died.
not one, but two characters that make puns with their names
Oh
on
my
a regular
God.
basis. It's so good.
Like me. Yeah, I'm gonna watch
Nick,
this tomorrow. I think.
Kate died in season 2, if that's
Oh,
what you're
was it
thinking of.
Kate?
Yeah. See, I
Hashtag
watch
Annie's
things.
boobs.
I watched all of Breaking Bad. I finally finished that.
Well done.
Did any of you guys ever watch Heroes?
Yeah.
Did you see the
So-
Yes.
Like
Heroes
3 episodes.
Like
A
Hero-
yarp.
Heroes is coming back.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
I don't know how I
Yeah,
feel about
I
that.
like the
Because
first
I
season.
liked.
First season
If
was
they-
top.
I'd even say I liked the first 2 seasons, maybe,
Yeah.
depending on
Second
if I
season,
remember
right.
where the second season picked up.
If
But I watched it all the way to the end.
if they like,
And at the
sorry.
end, I don't think it had. Did anybody else watch it
I
all the way to the
gave
end?
up
No.
Start of the 4th season. I just didn't. I couldn't.
I'm like 80% sure I watched
Like
it all.
they went the route of how do we explain where all these people with powers are when they're not doing shit? Oh, let's put all the freaks in a circus. And at that point, I was like, okay, they've just given up. They've put all the people that are freaky
Power circus.
in a literal freak show.
Yeah, but I mean, I reckon
And
if
then
they restart
Turns out on
with
the
a-
news that they actually
with
are
a
freaks.
majoritively new cast and like a new story, then it will be alright. But if they try to like
Yeah.
carry it on or do a prequel, no.
I wouldn't mind if they took a couple of characters back. Like
Yeah, I could see. I'd allow
like
a
Peter
couple.
Petrelli.
The man with the
taking
horn-rimmed
back, or-
glasses?
Yeah, Claire's dad. He's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'll probably watch it. I'll probably give it a try. But
Yeah. It's only a mini series, isn't it?
yeah, I can't remember.
I mean, not like fucking Sherlock miniseries. That pisses me off.
Sherlock.
Hey, 3 episodes, guys.
Sherlock is
Tune back in
quality,
another
though.
3 years.
Sherlock is the 3 45-minute episodes, but they are quality. Like
They are,
Sherlock
but I
is
would
such
rather.
a good show.
I would rather more.
You should watch
No,
Elementary. I really
no,
like the guy
no,
that
I can't.
plays
That
Sherlock.
looks so wrong.
Is that American Sherlock?
Yeah.
Well, it's Sherlock Holmes, but it's a full series. It's not like we just did 3 episodes.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't. Benedict Cumberbatch is Sherlock.
Also, it's really different than they change things that I don't think I've seen
Yeah, they
changed
did.
before.
I looked it up.
Like
Is a
Watson isn't like an understudy. It's Lucy Liu and it was his former drug rehab person.
Yeah, it sounds.
And
dumb.
they're not like.
It sounds American.
They're it's.
Yeah, it does.
They're actually in America.
Yeah, see, it's wrong.
Yeah.
But they at least
It's
gave
like,
a good
that's
reason.
like putting Captain America in England.
Captain Britain.
He was in Europe for
but it's
all of the Captain
it's
America
making
movie.
Captain America English.
No, that's not what they did. They didn't say, "Oh, hey, here's Sherlock Holmes, the great American detective." He was an English guy
So weird.
who kind of disgraced his career after his drug problem got extraordinarily bad. Like he was kicked out of the police force,
He was never in
and
police
it picks
force.
up basically with him. Well, in this one he
This is
was. I
bullshit.
So it's
don't
completely
really give
wrong.
a shit.
Shit. Sherlock is so much better than this
He's a
guy.
private investigator.
He
wasn't
works
like a
with
detective
the
in
police
the police.
sometimes, but he's not actually in the police.
It's
But
dumb. I hate it.
All
This is
I'm
like
saying
Misfits
is,
all
it's a
over.
I
good
could
show.
never watch
Fucking
that because it would never be
in-betweeners
better
all
than
over again.
Sherlock. Sherlock is just top.
I don't know what the in-betweeners are, but you need to
No.
watch
You need
this
to
show.
watch the
You
in-between.
need to at least give it a
Watch
shot.
Sherlock.
I don't know if I want to trust Nick's, though, because he used Workaholics as a good example.
In-betweeners is...
I couldn't watch
like,
more than about 6 minutes of that
In-betweeners
show.
by
And I gave up
everyone
on it.
is considered to be one of the best English shows of all time. So definitely watch it.
I don't know.
Yeah, do you want...
I watched those old movies that was like the old Sherlock Holmes, like the Hound of Baskerville movie.
They
Like,
made
I
that
thought that
into
was
an
good
episode in
English.
Sherlock. I think it was like in the second season. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did they have, what's his name, guest star in it?
I don't know whose his name is.
We should've.
So I can't answer your question.
Oh, what is his name? He's the giant guy that
What's that, Kyle?
was
Are you
Saruman
asking
and
a
Count Dooku.
question?
Oh? Is that a segue?
It could be.
That's like
Oh
No,
my
because
God.
I still haven't told my
Oh my
awesome
God.
story.
ever.
I've been waiting to
wasn't
tell
a
this
segue, that was a
story
bulldozer.
since
All right,
forever.
Kyle, let's ask some questions, and then you can end with your story.
Basically, it's been an
better
hour and a
be.
half, and I really want to go to bed.
Let's ask
Yes,
questions and we'll end with your story. We'll fade out with your story.
It better be a good
Yeah,
story.
fade out very
All right.
quickly.
All right. Because I actually want to speak again. And
We can go for this one quickly. While I do this, someone else look for some. All the podcast crew are trapped on a desert island indefinitely, like in Lost, but without the associated bullshit. You're going to be there for a while, so you start to build a small society. What roles will you play? I.e., sheriff, hunter, cook, and how long will you realistically survive?
I won't survive very long.
I will
Yeah.
survive based on how well everybody else does their jobs.
I will be the sheriff because I'm the only one from Texas.
I could probably do either cook or like building temporary houses or whatever.
I
I
feel
would
like I would probably be the most useful here.
Yeah, probably. I'd be the most useless because I have like no skills. I can eat very well, but that's it.
I know how to shoot. I mean, I very much doubt. I don't know whether we've got guns in this situation, but I've shot guns. I did a lot of archery.
They're so hardcore.
I know how to cook. I
Oh,
know
I
how
did
to
archery
build
too.
stuff. We're sorted.
I can
So
sprint.
I'll be the hunter, the cook, and the builder.
Okay. So who's going to be the guns? Becca, you can be the gunsmith so that we can all
No,
shoot
but Becca's
things.
got to be able to. This isn't like imaginary. This isn't like you're trapped on desert island. What
Okay,
magical
why do we have
power
guns on a
suddenly
desert? Okay,
develop?
so wait,
Becca
no,
can
this is
suddenly
it. This is
build
it. This is
guns.
this is the backstory for why we have guns. Our boat plane ship crashed on what was a Japanese
Shut up. Just shut up.
bunker left over in the
No.
Pacific,
In the
so
Pacific.
that there
No.
was a
Pacific.
surplus of
Absolutely
weapons and
not.
ammunition,
You need to
so
stop.
Nick can
You
use
need
his
to stop.
skills.
No.
Stuck.
Why do we have
We
guns?
don't have guns.
I gave us a reason.
You put the
I
guns
said-
in the
Oh
situation.
my!
No! Nick went on a whole thing about how one of his main skills is shooting
I said we
guns.
probably won't have guns,
Oh my god!
but
Okay.
I can shoot.
But still,
Oh my god,
There are
okay,
no
we get
guns.
stranded,
Move
I kill
on.
myself. That's my role. I die.
What if we kill you
You wouldn't.
first?
You wouldn't
Can
get
that be
that
our
far.
role?
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure Becca and Danielle will be the first two to die.
Because we're girls.
No. Like I said,
Because you're useless.
how long I survive depends on how well everybody else does their job.
Wait, so are we... That's what I was about to say. Are we not surviving as a group?
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
you don't let group members die if you can help it.
Danielle and I are the only girls. We are vital because we are needed to repopulate the island. Okay.
we're not
I'm gonna
repopulating the
pass.
island.
Wait a second. That means our numbers are off. So one of the men is... We're going to have like a no-holds-barred death match between the two people that, flip the coin and get the wrong side of the head.
Why can't we just all sleep with each other? Like, I don't understand why one of the guys has to die.
Or we could do I can't remember what film it is, but you just like jizz in a cup and mix it all up. And then we can just like, spread it on you two.
Alright, well that's
That was a
thing.
great answer to that question.
Nick,
Let's
I'm
just
so
end it.
glad
your
we went straight to
stupid-ass
questions.
questions.
What?
Your questions, the ones that you couldn't figure out who asked them before, these are you. If you had 7 apples and 34 oranges, how many salmon could you slap on your thighs?
What?
The fuck?
And then this one, if there's a woman smearing poop on herself, how long is her left pinky? Like, really?
I was so confused when I read them.
How long is a pinky?
Fuck, I don't know. I think it varies. We all send pictures of our hands, measure them.
So, if there was a woman smearing poop on herself, how long is her left pinky?
3 inches.
Okay.
Is that normal length for
No,
pinky?
that's
Like, what is a pinky
obnoxiously
size?
long.
Should we
For
go
pinky.
measure our pinkies now?
I've literally
I feel
just
like
picked
I
up
almost
one.
should, just so we can have a
Yeah,
basis for when we
I
find a
was
woman
like-
shitting on something.
Mine was
We'll know
like,
whether or not her pinky is longer
my
or shorter.
pinky is a good like 2.5, just over
Mine
2.5
is
inches.
like 2 inches.
Yeah, I would say like 2.
I
Why
don't
didn't
have
we
any
do
sort
this
of
earlier
measuring
when we were
device
trying to
in my
work out
house.
how big our hands were?
Even like your
We're
wrist to your, like the tip of your middle finger.
But how do we define wrist? Like, where do we start on
Like
the
where you
wrist?
have like the line. Like, like the line.
I have like 100 lines. I'm an old man.
Dude, my hand has so many... They take these things called fingerprints, and it's where there's these little lines all over your
That's
fingers.
not what
Which
she's
one of those are you talking about?
You idiot.
My wrist to finger, middle finger, is 7.5 inches.
Okay, that's fine.
I can't believe we've done
Okay,
this twice in this podcast.
mine's
This is
6
so
and a half.
stupid.
6.5.
I would say mine's at 6.
Mine is from the A key
Pinky?
to roughly,
That's not going to tell us.
I would say,
anything because
somewhere
people do
around the
size.
dash
Like the
key.
most ghetto way to measure your
Wait,
hand.
the A key to the what key?
The A
Yeah,
key,
yours is like
like if
key
it's
bigger
centered
than
on
mine.
there, to roughly where the dashes are just before enter.
Mine's
The
'Cause it
colon
could-
or the
yes.
quotation mark?
Oh wait, I just realised we have different.
The quotes mark.
oh my god.
That one.
The quote. The quote. That's a long. Mine. If we're going off that, mine.
see, for me
goes...
that would be very different because for me, I would have to go up for that as our quote marks above the A.
See, that's it's also not a good way to measure because keyboards are different shapes and sizes.
Mine
so that
goes
doesn't
from the
tell us
A
anything.
key to the semicolon.
Mine's the A to the L.
Coincidentally, let us know if we just spelt something by letting us know what keys our fingers went to what.
Okay, next question.
How do we get back into this?
What is your favourite?
How do you people all have a
What is
ruler?
your favourite
Imagine
Disney
that.
movie?
With what?
What's my favorite Disney movie?
Um,
Are we talking like old school Disney or like new
Just
school
Disney.
Disney?
Just Disney.
I really like the Aristocats.
Oh, the Aristocats are so good.
Everybody
The who,
wants
what?
to be a
Wants to
cat.
be a cat.
Aristocats.
Wait, what?
The
I've
Aristocats.
Never
I
heard of it.
really enjoyed both Tangled and Frozen, to be honest.
Shut the fuck up.
What?
We're gonna go with.
I'm being honest. It's true.
Does Pixar
Because
count?
New
If it does,
School Disney
Toy
is
Story as
dumb.
a trilogy is.
Two different things.
New School Disney's dumb. I'm gonna
Why is
go
it dumb?
with because it's dumb.
That doesn't
You know what
tell
my
me
favourite
anything.
Disney movie
Why?
is?
So we
Two.
don't count Pixar. That makes this much harder.
Pixar is a separate one. Like,
Well, everybody knows what they're gonna pick.
do they?
I
It's Toy Story, and if you don't pick Toy Story, you're going to
I
hell.
love
Toy-
pretty much every Pixar movie, though. That's the thing. I think my favorite.
I think Aladdin's my favorite Disney movie.
I'm really hungry.
That's an answer.
I have donuts.
Don't you remember that movie about that time
You
they
know what? I'm
started?
going to say my favourite movie is The Incredibles by Pixar.
That is a stellar movie.
That is a good movie.
That is.
Why did they... Who's Becca? Stop watching it. We can hear it.
Huh?
Becca, stop it. Stop it.
No, Becca's mic has been on the whole time. I
Becca's
don't
not
think she's on
doing
push to
anything.
I'm
talk.
not doing anything.
Wait,
What
where's...
is it?
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
That was just...
No,
that
but
was
look
a
at her
video
circle.
just randomly playing on my thing. I
And
sincerely...
you thought it was me?
Well, yeah, because your thing was on continuous, I assume.
Because it's
it
the
was
only
you.
way my mic will pick up. My TeamSpeak is
What?
broken.
Your mum's broken.
Here, Nick, you can unleash your inner creeper. To all admins, top 3 community member
I'm
crushes.
going to do that.
Do it. Be
no.
creeper.
Let's all do it.
Team Ash.
My top 3
Yeah.
are Danielle, Becca, and Jason.
Nice, I'm on the list. Can I just pick myself 3 times?
No.
Wow, narcissist. Can
Sometimes being a narcissist is the safest way out of the minefield.
I'm like
Huh.
legit thinking.
I'm thinking too.
I need to go into my friends list again.
See, it's not so bad when it's a girl saying it. If I just
Why?
listed 3 girls, that would be creepy.
Yeah, it's a lot more creepy if a guy is actually
No,
answering
it's not.
this. Yes, it is.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yes, it is. The amount that you
On
two
behalf of
complain
my
about
gender, I'm
creepers.
giving you permission. No, I complain
No.
about creepers who actively
behalf-
hit on me. I'm not saying that you can't think somebody
That's
is
great.
like cute or anything.
Can I pick?
I just love how Danielle is the emissary of all women to Jason to let him know
On behalf of
it's
my
okay
gender.
to pick.
Can I pick
It's okay.
RT staff? Or
That's not really a community
but
member.
they're in the community.
Yeah, but that would be too easy. As long as they're on every answer, I think that we would allow
They're like
it.
an active they're like a fixture of the community though. Like they're the houses that make up
Okay,
the RT
Dani-
community. Without them no one
Danielle,
would
you're
be
my number
there.
one.
But it's
Becca,
weird
you're
to
my
love
number
your
one
house.
too.
Oh my god, I'm
Fucking
not
lesbians.
Why you got hate?
No, it's wrong.
Number
Just
2.
to
Team
clear
Ash.
up, I'm not homophobic. I have
Team
no
Ash
problems
is number
with
2.
Team Ash.
homosexuality.
And then number 3.
Team Nick.
No.
Team Nick. Team Nick.
No.
Team
No.
Nick.
Team
Team Nick. Team Nick Dynamite.
No, it's not
Team
it's
Nick
me.
Dynamite.
No.
It's gotta be me.
I think I'm gonna go with Tristan, my little baby.
See, he's
I think
my
he's gonna be
son.
my
I
third.
can't really, can't
That
really
would be
go
kinda
there.
wrong.
Yeah.
What kind of
For
bad if your
anyone who
husband
doesn't
doesn't
know,
make the list?
Becca is indeed a 5-year-old with
Hey.
a child.
Jason is my husband, and he didn't make the list, so
Yeah, you just...
But you're from New York, and we've already
Jason's
discussed
a
how you
hipster.
have
He
people
was-
have no morals. And
See, I don't need to be on the list because lists are dumb.
No, it's so awesome.
oh, it's come full circle.
But yeah, Kyle, you didn't make the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, you still haven't picked a third yet.
But it's not you.
There's still hope.
I'm trying
Oh.
to think, but it's not you.
Come back.
I'm going
I
to
think it
pick
has to be
anyone.
so-
Anyone.
so-
That was
Becker's
kind of my logic
list-
with Jason.
Becker's
Yeah.
list is Danielle, Ash, and not Kyle.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, the entire time I was kind of thinking, I'm like, I have to pick somebody that's not Jason. Like, who can I go with here? And then Becca needs my first 2, and it just fell into place.
You guys never answered. You need to do it too.
It's 'cause we're
They're
going
not
to.
gonna answer.
Oh, you're pussies.
They're little
Yeah.
bitches.
I'm scared. The fuck was that? The fuck you doing?
I
Fuck
have friends.
bringing your iPhone in here.
I have friends.
No, you don't.
No, you
Can I
don't.
buy one of those?
On Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, can I have them delivered so I
I've
don't have to
got-
go outside?
I've got Amazon Prime. Do I get like?
Yeah, but there's no refunds if they're dead upon arrival.
Becca, who's your third? Let's answer this so we can get it over with since the boys are silly.
Yeah, but you're not really answering seriously either. You're just saying you're friends.
Because
So?
I don't have a community crush.
No,
Yeah.
but neither do we, obviously. But you will have had people you've seen and gone, that's
Yeah,
alright.
but we've made more of an effort to answer it than you fucking did. So shut up.
Okay, fine. Here's a quick and easy answer. What is there's only
This is
1, 2, 3,
essentially
4,
what
5,
you guys
6,
have done. Okay,
7.
I'm going to answer.
Alright.
Becca, Danielle, Kitsune.
Alright, you know what?
That's what I was about to say because they're the ones going to be in the
Becca.
RTX house. Thanks for
Becca,
stealing my
I'm
answer,
gonna
Nick.
actually legitimately answer this now.
I don't.
I'm
have
going
any
into my friends
crushes,
list.
So
No, I'm just gonna go look at whoever's hot on my friends list. That's what I'm doing. Let's go.
someone has on my friends list has a photo of Garth from Wayne's World. That's pretty top.
Hey, this kid's kind of cute. Maneo31, you're kind of hot.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Maneo.
Yes, it's
Everybody
kinda
wants
cute.
to be a cat.
Tora's pretty cute.
Crute? She's pretty cute.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. She's pretty cute.
I think undisputably, Tora should be on everyone's list.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. I'm like legit looking for people.
Whoever you are, Randy Savage, you're pretty cute. Good for you. Proud of you.
The Macho Man Randy Savage is dead now, sadly.
Is it?
Yeah.
I found a girl who looks like Danielle.
Is it Danielle?
Is it Danielle?
If
I'm
we're gonna
saying-
go woman crush, Lily Buglove, you're kind of cute.
Yeah, she is. I just
Froggy
Heather's
one,
pretty
you're
cute.
kind of good looking.
Heather Demo Higgins, she's pretty cute.
She is. I'll give you that one. Who else do I have? Tim
this-
Gee, you're pretty good looking.
This is basically like, hey, you're kind of hot. Let's give you a shot.
Shout out. That super tits girl's cute.
Yeah, she is.
Does she have super tits?
Maybe.
No, she's actually flat chested. She uses it
Nate's
to hide
kind of
behind
cute.
that.
KO Joker, he's cute.
Nate is cute.
Nick? He's pretty cute.
No.
No,
No.
I've heard the talk. I mean, personally, I don't know him, but I think that if I did ever meet him, I would
I heard
just draw
Nick
him
makes
out.
this face. He makes
My
the ladies
friend
faint.
Shelby, she's pretty cute. She's
I
not
know a girl
on
called
the...
Shelby. She is fucking ridiculous.
My friend, I haven't spoken to her in a while, but she's just one of the funniest people ever. I tried to get her on. She was on TeamSpeak once, and then she never returned.
Oh, hey, look, Ryan's on my friends list. He's pretty hot.
Yeah, you're
Who?
right.
Ryan?
Ryan.
And they, there's
Jade.
that Meta Ridley X
Do you
kid.
wanna-
He's kind of meh.
Do you want to just
Yeah.
stop
Same
this?
Yeah,
with
who is that
Vicky, he's
guy?
kinda,
We've just kind of just like gone off.
No, we're answering the question.
I think you've said three.
I like to
people
think
now.
that Ash is going to edit this in a way where it's like, you two are just rambling, and he puts like a couple of ellipses, a few minutes later, and then we'll just be talking about something else.
We're like, yeah, they're kinda cute.
Fix up, whoever you are, you're pretty cute.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom,
This kid Drew's
Meanwhile,
pretty
in
cute.
the city of Townsville.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Do you want to stop? Should we stop? Let's stop.
We got asked like
Stop.
2 questions.
alright, so do you have any more questions, or can I
We'll
finish
ask
with my
one
story?
more.
Is Shine a shade of blue? No. Oh wait, yes it is. It is a shade of blue.
It is, Nick. What did you do? That's gonna
Oh
start
my
a whole.
god, we're not.
fucking
No,
thing now.
delete that. Edit that out.
Yeah. Ash,
So here's a legitimate question that Blue has reminded me of, and this is one that I actually have to deal with myself. Is it if when you're on like Skype and TeamSpeak and you're like, okay, I've got to go. Is it proper Skype etiquette to wait to see people say goodbye? Like, do you do that? I catch myself doing that. I'll be like, bye, and then sometimes I'll wait and make sure
I
someone
think
says
it's
bye
a
back.
matter of seeing if anybody gives two shits
Yeah.
whether you're there or not.
I rarely say bye. I just kind of go.
yeah, I do that a lot.
I fall asleep and I just don't say bye.
I'll
or
be
good night
mid
to
conversation
anyone.
with someone and I'll just go.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I was
I'll wake
talking
up
to my friend on
messages and I'm like,
Facebook.
oh, I fell asleep.
I was talking to my friend on Facebook.
But what about
earlier.
like on TeamSpeak
Hey.
though? Because TeamSpeak you're like directly talking,
Fuck
and
you.
it's just like, hey, we're talking. Boom, user's been disconnected.
Yeah, I just
No.
go.
On here, I kind of go sometimes if people are pissing me off and I just don't feel like speaking. Otherwise, I'll be like, bye, and then like wait like a couple seconds to see if anybody answers, and then I'll get off.
You go. Time to-
So you do it, okay.
What?
What?
I didn't hear you. I'm gonna listen
I
that
thought
back
that.
and
I
be
don't know
sad.
what you
I didn't. I'm gonna listen to this and be very sad at that comment, I think.
did.
Okay, back to questions. We can get like 3 or so more questions and then I can go to bed, right? Cool. Nuts, salty or plain? Not like nuts,
Salty.
nuts, I assume like nuts.
Just salty.
Yeah, salty, cool. Oh shit, I fucked up.
Is that a question?
Why is Becka 4?
I don't know why on Skype I sound so young, but nowhere else I do. I don't know why. No one knows why.
Because she's
Yeah,
Timmy.
if you guys listened to the title of this podcast, then you would have heard Becka sounding like she was a 4-year-old.
Someday we need to just have a Skype call and just try it out and see if I actually sound 4. Because it's worrying me that I sound like a child.
You sound fine on this.
Yeah, I don't know why on Skype. We need to test theory someday. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Okay, shout out to Nick. I'm assuming you're the one that's answering the questions right now. Okay, well, the answer that you wrote to Becca's, I literally was just typing that in. I hit send and it told me I couldn't send it, so I checked why, and it was like pretty much the exact same thing that I was writing.
I can't even remember what I wrote. Something about a baba.
Because she sounds like a baba. I wrote because I literally typed in because she sounds like a babby, and it wouldn't let me.
Timmy Babby.
I feel like this is a question to everyone, but I feel like it should be directly to Kyle. If you could be one type of fruit, what would you be and why?
I've answered this before.
We've answered that.
Why did no?
As a group, we chose watermelons because they inflict the most damage.
Question on a podcast with me, Kyle, and Jess. I said I wanted to be a peach.
Maybe you should have deleted it.
I think someone asked it again.
That was 18 days ago, so
I'm pretty sure we've answered that.
Is that a common question? Do people
I
ask
would be a
that a lot?
banana.
I don't find myself asking people, hey, what kind of
Who's
fruit are you?
TY?
You want to be a
Who's
fruit? What kind of
TY?
fruit?
That's whoever asked the question. They just signed
Hi.
it as TY.
Tie.
Oh.
Is that how you spell Ty?
Yes.
Like if someone's name is Ty? Huh.
If you guess who I am, I will give you
No, I
a
can't.
cookie. I'm gonna go with Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
If you can send anyone to RTX this year at the expense of another latecomer not being able to go, who gets a rose, who doesn't get a rose?
Me.
Asked specifically to me, I would send Nick. I would probably get rid of Kyle.
I approve of that.
Ooh, guess whose rooms just got canceled?
Not mine.
I'm in a room with Juan.
Jason.
Who? Oh.
I'm not saying anything.
Ash, cut it out.
Nope. All of the nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down and stop randomly. This one. Wow. Sow your face with a million small tigers. You can choose to fight them with the following: A, an axe.
What?
B, 26 of dynamite with a torch. C, a bucket of water. D, a swordfish. Which
I'm
do you
sorry,
pick?
can you repeat
That's from
that? 'Cause
Matt.
I've got
Okay,
no
what is the
fucking
question?
idea.
It's not phrased in the best way. I'm sorry, Matt, but you might need to work on your structure. Sow your face with a million small tigers. You can choose to fight them with the following:
My
A,
face
an
is made
axe.
up of tiny tigers?
Shh.
I don't understand.
So your face is tigers.
What do you
What do you do?
What do I
Your
do to
face,
fight them?
Becca,
I'm-
how do
I'm-
you not understand this? Your face is made of tigers, and what do you want to fight them off with? An axe, 26 of dynamite with a torch, a bucket of water, or a swordfish?
An
So I-
axe.
Axe.
Obviously water, so you can watch your face jump off and
You're
run
gonna
away.
Take an axe to your face, which is made of tigers.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
So
god.
you're
why-
going to stop at axe and not what are you going to use to fight your face? Made of tigers.
This is what
Like axe is what does it for you.
Like, I feel like, oh my god. Just no.
Alright.
Just no. Tigers.
I would
in your
like to
fucking
say I
face.
would just use water. Get a nice wash away the tigers.
What's wrong with the fucking question?
Is it like they're a beard or something? Like I have to
Kyle,
every
when
every
have
now and
you
then it's
ever
like,
washed
man,
away your
I gotta
beard?
get rid of these.
That would be horrible.
Jason
You
would
have,
live in
like-
constant
You know, I
fear.
bet someone has done
You
it
have
though.
tiny tigers clogging up your
They've-
brain.
That would be creepy.
Becca, these
You're
aren't
doing
tiny
that.
tigers. These are
And they're like
tigers.
a bunch of half
No.
drowned animals are crawling around your drain. I bet it would start to smell after. Do you think you could make them fight ants? Like that's the next step. You start washing them off your face and training them to fight other bugs.
Full-size tigers will you fit in your fucking face?
7.
No. No. No.
7.
Guys, I want to go.
No, like
to
these are
work.
tiny tigers.
Alright,
You can make them
alright.
fight bugs.
Order. End of the questions. Kyle, play us out with your story.
It better be good.
I want to let you know I'm just going to stop recording
All right.
and go to bed.
Jason, Danielle, do you guys have Walmarts that you go to that you've at least seen and
I'm
would
in a
know what I'm
Walmart
talking
about
about
once a
when
week.
I say?
So.
All right. Oh my God! I heard Becca just drop the bass. I don't know if anyone
No,
else
I
just heard
didn't.
that. That vroom, vroom.
No.
Did y'all not hear it?
No, I didn't hear that one.
I finally heard it. That one was pretty awesome. Vroom, vroom.
That was
So-
especially for you, Kyle.
I was at Walmart yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Might have been yesterday. And me and Colton are in there, and we don't know what the fuck we're looking for. So we're just walking around, and we'll get a text about every 3 minutes from Dad and Casey saying, "Hey, pick up this." And they're over at Sam's Club, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Walmart, but where you buy
need a
everything in
membership.
bulk. You don't buy just like a bag of
So,
chips.
like,
You buy
Costco.
like 17
Yeah, it's
bags
Costco.
of chips.
Okay.
Costco. I always park at the easiest place to park, even if you're further away from the food, which at this Walmart is over by the Lawn and Garden Center. And it's a big enough Walmart where there's an entrance to Lawn and Garden, and there's a checkout right there, and you go in, and then the rest of the store kind of opens up to you. And I was like, okay, Colton, we're probably going to leave here through Lawn and Garden, because it's right by where we parked. And at first, we started off with about 12, 15 items, not much at all. We end up amassing like $200 worth of just shit. Like, we have a lot of shit in this basket.
Like poop.
And finally, Dad and Casey called, and they're like, hey, guys, come on. And we've got cookies, milk, sweet tea, couple of bags of chips, cat food, cat litter, deodorant, soap, toothpaste, more cookies, but these were like the kind you bake in the oven, ground meat, taco stuff, chili stuff, cans of chili that is for a separate meal, hot dog buns without hot dogs, and we've got all sorts of shit. And we go out to Lawn and Garden, and there's 2 people there, so there's like no swinging dicks around. And we went there, and I was like, man, this is pretty good, because as we're walking out, all the aisles are full. The express lane, like the 20 items or less, are full. The other items are backed up halfway to the close. I'm like, we're getting out of here pretty easy. And here comes this one lady with, like, right behind us. She had 3 items. I was like, all right, go ahead and go. That'll be fine. Cut in front of us. I'm not going to make you wait 20 minutes. She gets out, maybe 45 seconds is all it took. Like, the longest thing it took for her was to pay, not the actual scanning of shit. When the cashier saw us push the buggy up, you see this look of dread fall upon her face. Like her day just went from nothing to shit. And she keeps scanning, and more people keep coming in behind us. First it was one old lady on a walker that looked like she could barely stand, and she's just staring at me and Colton,
Whoa.
like, why have you brought groceries into Lawn and Garden? And then it was an old man who was just standing there staring, why have you brought shit into Lawn and Garden? And then it was like a woman with a baby, and it's like all these groups of people that you would think like, oh, here's these frail people that need to be given place, and me and Colton are sitting up here just acting like dipshits, and we're being as stupid as we possibly can
Is
be.
this story still not over?
Because this lady is angry. It's still going, motherfucker.
Why are you dragging it out so much? We need to know the entire contents of your shopping bags.
You did. You needed to know. That was relevant information, so you could grasp the concept of these
Holy
old
shit, just finish
handicapped
your story.
motherfuckers giving us the death stare. This is not a Blake story.
No,
This is
if
not a
it's
Blake story.
We would have cut it off a minute in.
Can you hurry up, please?
I just want to try, like, I'm trying with words to convey the look of hate that me and my brother got from these people. Like, you know how the Jews felt around, like, 1942?
So in the same,
So the
These
end of the
people were
World War?
wanting to kill
in
us.
the same vein that Blake's story.
42 was
could
not the
just
end of
be
the World
summed
War.
up
We didn't
with-
enter until, like, 41 or 42. 44, 45 was the end, depending on which
hurry
one.
up
And
and finish your fucking story.
I digress because Danielle interrupted me.
That is not the reason
I
you
digress. Back
went
to
off
story.
on a tangent about World War II and the Jews.
Finish your story, please, so I can go to bed.
We're sitting there, and Colton has turned and looked at me. He's like, Kyle, I can't be here anymore. I can't be here with these people staring at me. He's like, I can't look to the right. I can't look at the cashier. I need to leave. So he's about to break down in a fucking panic attack as these people are... I don't know if an old person would punch somebody, but they're pretty damn near close to punching us. And then we notice it. None of these motherfuckers are Lawn and Garden customers. They're all dipshits that had the same idea we had. They've got like bread and eggs and all sorts of shit. They're just pissed we showed up with all sorts of things instead of 4. And it felt really good when we noticed that, and then we were being smug assholes
Really?
again.
Is that
Is that
Really?
your fucking ending story?
Really?
ending
Holy
ever?
fucking shit!
You did some that.
That was one of the most satisfying
You
feelings ever,
always
was
are.
to see these people weren't like, oh,
like to
look,
tell stories
my
anymore.
flowers aren't going to live any longer because you left me outside.
Stories. What was that shit?
You are not
0
allowed
and
to
10
tell
would not
stories
listen again.
anymore. That was the worst story.
Okay, maybe this was a fluke
That
story,
was bad
but you
as
don't
well.
understand how much fun it was to be sitting there.
Some that
And,
are like 4
and these
sentences.
people...
You do not get to do this anymore.
All that needed.
Sum it up in 4 sentences. Pepsi challenged this
The
shit.
other
The wrong place,
area.
and you realised everyone else did. The end.
We didn't go to the wrong place. There's no limit on the amount of items you can check out in
Alright.
Lawn and
No
Garden.
one gives a
It's over.
shit.
That was the worst way to end a podcast ever.
Holy
I-
fucking
Okay, we've got to stick around for 2 more minutes because we're 2 minutes short of 2 hours,
Oh my
and it's going to
God.
look really weird if
After
we
this
don't.
is edited, it's gonna be like
Yeah.
less than that.
It's going to be like an
Just
hour
edit
long
out
after we
that
cut out
entire
your story.
Can that story just?
That's
Okay,
just
are we
mean.
ending?
So now we're going
Guys,
to transition
no.
from
Fuck off,
Meanwhile
Kyle,
at the
shut
Legion
up.
of Doom
Kyle,
straight
shut the
to
fuck
nothing.
Kyle, stop.
No, I cannot be stopped.
We are over. Look at
Meet
stuff.
me?
Things are happening. Goodbye.
I swear Becca just said, we can just meet you. And I was like,
Guys,
Oh my god!
What
Fuck
is that?
you.
fucking end this shit.
You
I need to
banned.
have a wank and go to
end.
bed.
meet me.
end it.
Yeah, okay, we're done. Bye,
We're done.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the
Bye.
3 people that do.
Oh, I'm so done
Meat.
with everybody.
Stop. I'm done with Kyle. I'm just done. No.
Becca's gonna meet me.
Stop trying to take it off of me.
I-
You're still dumb.
Bitch.
Okay, I'm done.
End.
Guys? Are we done?